So why your side hustles didn't work and then what to do instead, right? So whenever we talk about side hustles, I think people's minds initially go to MLM, network marketing, that sort of thing. Or, some people are even crafty enough to make soap and that sort of thing, where you can go to a farmer's market and you can sell your stuff, or you could sell it on Etsy and that sort of deal. Whenever people start side hustles, what typically happens is they think of a thing that they want to sell. So I'm going to specifically talk about network marketing because it's the biggest one. It has the most people in it. And so more people like you watching it right now, I want this to make sense and I want it to hit for you. So I need to pick something that's going to like make the most sense, unless you make soap, but the likelihood is very low, right? So anyway, if you have done network marketing or MLM before, or if you're in it right now, no shade. I think network marketing is actually one of the best business models there is, aside from affiliate marketing. They're both great. I think they're great business models. But what most people get wrong whenever they do any sort of side hustle is they think of the thing that they're trying to sell. Right? So you think of, what would be like Tupperware? Let's say Tupperware. So you think of this like little Tupperware thing and you're like, okay, so how do I sell this Tupperware thing? And then you look at the companies, the company will usually give you, some graphics, some shareables, some things like that, which frankly, kind of just look like billboards a little bit. They're too polished and it's too salesy and it's all for the company, it's all for the company. And what they miss is they miss branding themselves. So here's how we win the day. Here's how you actually do all of this stuff really well. Even if you don't want to monetize yourself many different ways, even if you just want to do network marketing or MLM, even if you only want to sell soap, God bless, that's fine. That's fine. But you need to brand yourself in order to be able to sell more of that. Does that make sense? Now, whenever I talk about branding yourself, you might be like, I have no idea what's going on right now. I think I have wandered onto the wrong video. You haven't. Sit tight. What I'm talking about whenever I'm saying like brand yourself is people need to know what you stand for. They need to know what matters to you. They need to know the stuff that trips your trigger a little bit. They need to know the stuff that just sets you on fire in the best way possible. Because people, you've heard this a million times probably, people buy from people that they know, like, trust, right? But let's make just an all caps in like, right? There's the know and trust, yes, of course. The like part is the biggest part. They need to actually like you. Because I could know somebody and not, and potentially even trust them. But if I don't like them, if I don't vibe with them, and if I don't feel like I'm friends with them, then I'm still probably not gonna, I'm not gonna follow them close enough to be able to, to see what they're even offering, selling, blah, blah, blah. So let's get back to the Tupperware of it all. And so what you would do if you're branding yourself, if somebody's branding themselves and selling Tupperware, and no, I don't sell Tupperware, in case you're like, is this a secret Tupperware invite? It's not. I don't sell Tupperware, so don't worry about it. So you are not being, this is not wolf in sheep's clothing for Tupperware. Anyway, so what I want you to think about is okay, the person who sells the Tupperware, maybe she is 45-year-old mom of high schoolers, right? Maybe one of her high schoolers is a senior and is going to graduate this year. And so she should be talking about that, right? Because we go through stuff. As moms, we go through stuff, right? We go through the feeling of like, am I doing enough? Have I given my kid all the resources they need? Am I getting enough? Right? Like for myself, am I getting enough time to myself? Am I able to, all of that stuff. But gosh, if Sally Tupperware, we're going to call her now, if she has a senior high schooler, then her personal brand, so understand, follow me as I'm going through this, that this isn't some some regimented, created brand. It's not in, a binder somewhere. This is a living, breathing person. This is a personal brand that walks around with you, that people see at the grocery store. That is your personal brand, except all you have to do is you just share your thoughts. You share your feelings. You share what's going on in your life, right? And so, I don't know, for my baby, whenever she's a senior, I'm gonna completely lose it. I don't even know. She told me she'd live with me until she was, in her 30s. So we're gonna hold her to that. It's documented here right now. But she did tell me that. But when she gets into high school, or even when she's a senior, I'm gonna lose it. And I will be posting things like, guys, how did you get through this? How do you even handle this? What do you do? Like in those final days, right up until graduation, like what do you even do? Allow community to be able to do what community does best, because people want to support you. They want to help you, but they do not know what you need until you actually communicate it. So does it feel like I went down a rabbit trail? I want you to know that I didn't. That is the personal brand I'm talking about, because that same Susie Tupperware is going to then at some point be like, listen, my kid is graduating. I need something to keep me busy right now. I'm throwing a Tupperware party. We're gonna make something silly. We're gonna make some brownies. We're gonna make some XYZ. Come over if you wanna come over. I would love to see you. Maybe I'll even share my recipe. That is a party people will come to. That is how you grow a business built around you instead of a business built around a corporation. So whenever we look at side gigs and why they didn't work before, the only time I've ever seen them not work is because they were not correctly building them around themselves with the kind of narrative that needs to happen. That's literally what I teach you guys how to do. I've got a free resource for you guys in the description of this video. Just scroll down through that, grab it, and you will be off to the races. Love you guys. Bye-bye.